Hey everyone, so cold emailing versus LinkedIn. Which one's the best platform to get B2B leads, customers, and clients? Is it cold email or LinkedIn? In today's video, I'm settling the common dispute once and for all, and I'm gonna reveal the undisputed winner between cold email and LinkedIn for outbound prospecting. Now, you might be shocked by the answer and think that I'm some crazy person, but I'm going to clear all of your doubts when I lay out the proof and the facts line by line. And keep in mind, I might humbly add that I built an award-winning B2B business plus a 7-figure marketing agency in my day off the back of outbound prospecting with cold email and LinkedIn. So I've been around the block and we still use these strategies that I'm going to reveal. And having said that, if you decide to stay until the end, I'm gonna unveil our entire outbound prospecting strategy here at Uptics that helps us book appointments with leads at a 10% rate. So go ahead and steal it and implement it into your business immediately to start booking more demos, meetings, discovery calls, and packing your calendar full of appointments so you can start growing your sales. Now, if you're new to the channel, my name is Patrick Spielman and I'm the founder at Uptics. And at Uptics, we help businesses increase their revenue and profits by implementing the best outbound prospecting and lead nurturing strategies and systems into their sales team with our sales automation platform, Uptics, plus our cold to gold selling system. Now, let's dive in. Okay, I know you're really excited to know who's the real boss here, cold email or LinkedIn. I'm going to reveal that to you shortly, but it's important for you to know a few key things first. First, you can get results with both cold email and LinkedIn, but I'm gonna show you which one I think is the absolute best between the two to maximize your time and your resources. Second, the landscape in B2B sales, it's always shifting. So I'm gonna explain the logic behind my opinion and prove to you why one of these methods is much better than the other. Third, depending on your business type, including your industry, how many employees you have, what your average ticket size is, etc., I'm gonna give you advice on which method I think will work the best for you. So let's get started. Okay, to know which strategy works best, it's important that you know the benefits of cold email and LinkedIn. So let's review those quickly. First, do me a quick favor. Smash that like button if you're watching this video on a day that ends with the letter Y. Let's start with the benefits of B2B selling with LinkedIn. Number one, LinkedIn has a huge database of prospects. And if you're in the B2B space and your prospects are too, there's a great chance you'll be able to find them on LinkedIn. Number two, with LinkedIn, you get a very highly targeted list without using other software. Because of their large database, if you really wanted, you could just use LinkedIn to reach out to your prospects without using other software systems. Number three are the social aspects. As LinkedIn is shifting its platform to be more of a content ecosystem, the social aspects of LinkedIn can be very advantageous as you have a great opportunity if your prospects are actively engaging on LinkedIn. So you can follow them and interact with their content to stay top of mind. Now, number four, you can build a following on LinkedIn as well. If you're dedicated and determined and you want to incorporate an organic marketing strategy and even become a subject matter expert, you can build a following yourself on LinkedIn. Now, beware, this takes a ton of effort and strategy and it's not gonna happen overnight, but that's a topic for another day. So last but not least, number five, you can send connections, messages, and emails on LinkedIn. And with these options in LinkedIn, it's an opportunity for you to connect and start a conversation with your targeted prospects, all without leaving the LinkedIn platform. Now, the game is always changing with outbound prospecting on LinkedIn. So make sure to check out my video on LinkedIn connections and how to connect with people properly on LinkedIn. I'll put a card up above for that, all right? Okay, so these were the benefits. But there's not just one con about LinkedIn prospecting. There's several cons if you use LinkedIn as your go-to lead generation tool. And if you don't know the cons, then in simple words, all I can say is you're doomed if that's all you're relying on. So what are those cons? Well, I'm gonna tell you that just after telling you the benefits of cold email first, so stick around for that. So what are the main benefits of using cold email as your go-to tool? Let's find out. Now, according to research, there are 4 billion daily email users. This number is expected to climb to 4.6 billion by 2025. And in fact, the global email marketing market was valued at $7.5 billion in 2020 and is projected to increase to $17.9 billion by 2027. And most importantly, active email accounts surpassed 5.6 billion in 2019. Now, LinkedIn might have 660 million registered users, but only about 303 of them are actually active on the platform. And who knows how many times they open their LinkedIn account and want to get sold every time they open their LinkedIn account. So just think for yourself, how many times do you log into LinkedIn or open your LinkedIn on your phone or your computer? Not many times, right? It's the same case with most business people. So why is that? Well, of course, the main reason behind it is that they're really busy. They don't have that much time to use LinkedIn. But luckily, they're on their email at least twice a day, and in many cases, much, much more than that. If you're a business owner, entrepreneur, or even if you're in marketing and sales, then you know exactly what I'm talking about here. That was the number one benefit of cold email. In a nutshell, in the B2B industry, people are on their email all of the time. Now, coming back to benefit number 2, and it's probably the biggest one, even bigger than benefit number 1, and that is tracking the effectiveness of your cold outreach campaigns. You know, those were the good old days when LinkedIn used to show us who actually viewed our message and who didn't. But for some reason, of course, LinkedIn decided to remove that feature. And it's a total disaster for people like you and me who are responsible for the company's growth and the customer acquisition. So LinkedIn kind of actually sucks when it comes to tracking and stats. Now, fortunately, you can track the status and the effectiveness of your cold emails or your cold email campaigns. In fact, you can even see how often people are opening your emails or clicking the link in your email so that you know exactly what's going on and who is most likely to convert. Now, if you're wondering which tools can help you with this stuff, then Uptics can do this for you. Anyway, moving on to the next benefit, the level of competition. So what do you think? Which platform is more competitive? Is it LinkedIn or is it cold email? Just take a guess, but whatever you guess, you're probably gonna be dead wrong. Here's why. You see, your prospects are always getting pitched everywhere, starting from LinkedIn all the way to cold email. So in simple words, you can say it's a really crowded place and the water is totally red with either of these two platforms. I mean, it's a huge red ocean. An average CEO gets more than 70 emails per day. Not to mention, who knows how many emails just go straight into the spam folder. Now, here's the big question. How are you going to get the attention of your prospects and make them interested? And if you do get the attention of your prospect, how are you going to differentiate yourself and build instant trust with your prospect that after reading your email, they feel like it's an email from an old friend? And if you can do these two things, grabbing their attention and differentiating yourself from other competitors who are also sending emails to your prospects, then you can flood your inbox with hot and ready to buy prospects literally overnight. At this moment, you might be thinking, who in the hell is this guy? Is he toying with me or is he just telling some sort of a joke, right? No matter what you think, here's the real truth. It is absolutely possible. All you have to do is just know how to write the kind of email that persuades your dream buyers to take the action you want. That's all. It's that simple, isn't it? And then there won't be any competition. You will be the king of your niche for real. And if you're wondering that you don't know how to write these kind of emails that crush your competition and pack your calendar with meetings, then don't worry. I'm gonna tell you how you can do it at the end of the video. But before that, let's move on to the disadvantages of both platforms so that we can come to a conclusion of who is the real boss. Now, before I move on to the cons of both cold email and LinkedIn for B2B sales, I want to share something with you that you might not know. Did you know that it's scientifically proven you can land one new whale of a customer in the next 7 days if you hit that subscribe button on our channel and the notification bell? I'm telling you, they probably are going to come out of the woodwork if you do those two things. Now, the pitfalls or the cons of cold email and LinkedIn. Now, a big con for both, and the number one problem, is that you probably don't know how to write effective cold emails that actually convert. And the same goes for LinkedIn. You just grab a template either for cold email or for LinkedIn and start blasting emails, connection requests, or even in-mails. It doesn't work that way, not at all, at least not in this era anymore. Now, problem number two is that there's way too much competition out there, like I mentioned earlier, so I'm not gonna go deeper here again. Talking about problem number three, it's a big challenge only for those people who don't follow my advice, and that big problem is landing in the promotional tabs, or in the worst case, landing in spam. It's extremely dangerous. Even if you know how to write persuasive cold emails, if you aren't aware of the rules, then it's 110% guaranteed that you're gonna land in spam for sure. Now, there are some best practices to follow and some tactics to avoid landing in spam. If you wanna learn about that, comment down below, let me know that you want a detailed video on that, and I'll go ahead and send you one or make you one. For LinkedIn, there's a dying strategy of sending mass connection requests to your prospects and getting your LinkedIn account banned. Literally, people have put in years of work growing their network and have had their profiles shut down overnight. Luckily, LinkedIn has a feature called in-mails that you don't have to worry about this or be concerned about going into a spam folder, but you've got to pay for a Sales Navigator subscription each and every month to send in-mails. With LinkedIn's free version or even the premium version, there's a limited number of connection requests each week that you can send to reach out to people cold. So having a LinkedIn Sales Navigator license can be really helpful. So what do you think? Which one is the winner between LinkedIn and cold email? So you've probably guessed by now the winner in my mind between LinkedIn and cold email is cold email. LinkedIn is good for prospecting, but when it comes to reaching out and getting engagement, cold email is definitely the best. And if you're worried about not grabbing the attention of your dream prospect and making them interested, or if you're worried about landing in spam, at the beginning of the video, I told you that I would tell you about our entire outbound prospecting process. So it's time to tell you about that. We believe in simplicity. So our outbound strategy is 90% comprised of cold email. Now, our actual process is broken down like this. Step number one, we schedule a task in our sequence inside of Uptics to make sure we always research our leads and ensure that they're good prospects by qualifying them. That way we're not contacting irrelevant prospects and risking as much being marked as spam. Now, step number two, we then write a 2 to 3 sentence custom introduction line according to the person's life and business, okay? There's definitely an art to doing this, but that's a topic for another video. Step number three, we write a custom subject line based on the content of the intro line I just told you about. And just like the intro line, there's definitely an art to doing this, and it's a topic for a completely another day. Now, step number four, once we complete these tasks and mark them complete in Uptics, Uptics takes care of sending it out at the right time to the prospect, plus sending our 4 to 5 follow-up emails on complete autopilot. Now, at this point, you might be wondering how to apply the art of writing persuasive cold emails that can land you meetings with your dream prospects at your will while avoiding the spam folders forever. Comment below and tell me if you want me to do a video on that or not. And if you want my personal help, I would suggest you book a strategy session with us where me or one of my team members will provide an in-depth analysis of your sales system. We'll spot key sources of revenue loss in your sales process and provide you with a custom plan for launching a successful cold email strategy to increase your company's revenue. Now, don't worry, the call is free and we don't use any kind of hardcore sales tactics. We absolutely hate those things. Also, let me tell you one thing. The only reason we're doing this is because the people who actually implement what we teach them are so happy they usually ask us to be one of our customers. All we do is just provide a real strategy that works. That way, we're building long-term relationships with our customers. So when you get awesome results later, you'll refer us to your friends or your network. So if you want to get more ready to buy leads or prospects by spending a fraction of the time than what you're spending right now in your sales process, then click the link below in the description and book a time for our special B2B sales strategy session. And if you do book the call, then I have a gift for you. At the end of the strategy session, we'll give you access to our $6,000 course, B2B Sales Process Fundamentals, for free, including access to our private Facebook group where successful entrepreneurs, sales superstars, business owners, and awesome marketers hang out. So click that link now in the description and we'll see you there. Thank you.